He chugged an entire jug of milk in one go, leaving the boss next to him completely stunned. The boss thought this weirdo would be just a one-time encounter, but next thing he knew, the guy was sitting right beside him. Shortly after takeoff, the milk in the young man's stomach started coming back up. The boss quickly handed him a barf bag, but the guy managed to hold it down. The boss thought he was fine, but the next second, the young man called over a flight attendant, asking her to open the window, because the stuffy cabin was making him feel sick. The boss quickly shut down his ridiculous request, but the young man didn't stop there. He then wanted the plane to hover in midair for a bit. Just when the boss thought he was completely delusional, the plane actually turned back due to weather. Desperate to make it home before New Year's Eve, the boss quickly switched to a train, but as soon as he sat down, he ran into the young man again. Turns out he was also rushing home for the holidays. Then suddenly, the train ground to a halt. The young man casually mentioned there might be a landslide ahead, and sure enough, that's exactly what happened. The boss had no choice but to catch a bus instead. He thought his bad luck was finally over, but when he woke up, the bus had already turned back for some reason. Furious, he got off, leaving his wallet behind on the bus. But when it rains, it pours. He ran into the young man yet again. It was getting late, so they had to find a hotel for the night. That's when he realized his wallet was gone. Under the shocked gaze of the receptionist, the boss decided to share a room with the young man, but the noise from next door kept him awake. He had to pull the blanket over his head, only for the young man to let out a nasty fart the next second. He was instantly wide awake, jumping out of bed to vent his frustration at the air. The boss finally made it to morning, but they only had a few bucks between them, so the young man decided to try their luck with a lottery ticket. Incredibly, they hit the jackpot, but the next second, the wind blew the ticket away. Just when they were exhausted from chasing it, the ticket blew right back. The young man slapped it onto the boss's face. After cashing in, they scored a new car. The young man drove while the boss rode alone. The boss said he'd take a 10-minute nap, but when he woke up, he found the young man fast asleep too. The next thing they knew, they crashed into a haystack and flipped the car. Before the boss could process what happened, the young man suddenly yelled gas and bolted from the car, then yanked the boss out with him. They dove onto the grass like they were escaping an explosion, but the car just sat there, completely still. The young man wondered aloud why it wasn't like in the movies. The boss agreed the whole thing was ridiculous. After all that chaos, they hit the road again, only to spot a driver having trouble. They rushed over to help catch some chickens. To thank them, the driver offered to drop them at the nearest train station. A few hours later, they showed up at the station to head home, covered in chicken feathers.